Hi, and welcome to my latest soapbox rant. I've called this, Is There Going to Be a Property Crash? I'm going to show you in the next few minutes really what you can do in any situation, any economic climate to succeed even more, or how to succeed in any climate. And this is the key thing I work with a lot of my clients on. You know from previous videos that I'm passionate about LinkedIn, and I'm going to talk about LinkedIn. I believe how LinkedIn can be the central hub of a lot of your activity. We are in a global world now, and as property investors, but even as business owners, for a lot of people, even if they're self-employed, they can trade further afield than they've ever been able to. So before I go on any further, hit subscribe. Let me keep you in touch with what else I'm publishing on YouTube. But also, if you have any questions, anything you want to know, put them in the comments below. What do you want to know about LinkedIn? What do you want to know about success? What do you want to know about how you can achieve more? And I will personally answer them. And have a look at the downloads in there, in the links that I've also put in there. I've recently, in COVID, in lockdown, put my coaching program into an online course called LinkedIn Mastery for Property Investors. You can buy it, you can download it, you can have it forever and work on it. And I'm going to come on to why LinkedIn. But is there going to be a property crash? Well, simple answer to that is who really knows? But then I would say, what does it matter? My brother is a commercial property lawyer for a big PLC, and he said, yeah, prices are likely to change. He looks at global economics. He's buying property and doing property and land deals for millions and millions of pounds worth of transactions. But as a private investor, what does it matter? But I think the thing that people get hung up on is this attitude, this mentality of what I call I know. They get an opinion and they go, I know it's going to be tough. I know finance has got harder. I know somebody the other day said, yeah, I know, but the HMO, house of multiple occupancy market in my area is saturated. And the moment you close your mind down to any idea, that's where you'll get stuck. There is always opportunity. The question I will ask people straight away is when I turn that around and go, is it possible that there's room for some more HMOs? Is it possible that someone will sell? People are asking me about finance now. What ways can they? Here's an affirmation you need. There is always a way. There is a thing, the physical piece of your brain called your RAS, your reticular activating system. When you focus on something, you notice more things about it. If I say to you now, take 5 seconds to look around the room you're in, count all the things you can see that are yellow. Go. All the things you can see that are yellow in 5 seconds and stop. And if I ask you how many you counted that were black, most of you will say none. I invariably say, why? Well, you told me to focus for young yellow. You're adults, you're property investors. You never do as you're told. You noticed how many yellow things there were because you were focusing on yellow. So if you're focusing on, is there going to be a crash? Am I going to go into negative equity? Am I going to lose money? Guess what you're likely to focus on? If you're focusing on there's no deals to be had, I can't find any cash, guess what you're going to get? Whereas you need to set your focus on, where can I find deals from? There are always people that want to sell, especially in trauma. It is harsh, and I do feel for people, but there's going to be opportunities for us. There's going to be people who need to sell properties. And there is still always people that are making money, that have money. I am surrounded by business owners who are doing well, and they've got funds on deposit. I am delivering on a lot of people's LinkedIn activity for them. And I have property investors where we are connecting with business owners every day and saying, do you have money that you want to invest and get a better return on your mainstream investments? In other words, lend us money. I'm doing some deals, buying below market value, adding value to the property, refinancing, being able to get my money out and pay my investors. I've just gone to my IFA and said, should I be putting, I've got some spare cash, should I be putting more into the ISA? Where's it at? The returns are low. We know that out there. There's always people with money who are looking for a better return. I've just lent some money to somebody for a great return, 3, 4, 5 times better than I'm getting in my ISA. So there's always opportunity. You've got to focus your RAS on it. And that's where I come to LinkedIn. Because LinkedIn now, the opportunity we have here, we know everybody's been forced online. And the great thing is everybody's busy. I said my brother's a commercial property lawyer. He said, I'm being bombarded with invites and bombarded by poor messages. He actually thought of getting off LinkedIn. We had a conversation why I didn't think he should. The great thing is more and more people are active on LinkedIn. People are out there on LinkedIn who want to lend, who've got cash to lend. People are out there who've got deals. People are out there who can source you deals. I get a lot of things come to me, business and property, from referral. Granted, there may not be many people on LinkedIn who've got a house to sell, but only today. You'll see a link to Post Party Club. Go and have a look at postpartyclub.com. That's where we've created an incredible facility in business and membership to help people get thousands of views on their posts. And I am marketing that out every day. And I've had an old contact and friend of mine who I've known for years, who's a finance director, said, "Oh, fortuitous. I have just moved house and I'm trying to sell my apartment in the area that I used to live in. Not getting a lot of luck." The idea of posting it out on LinkedIn and getting thousands of views is appealing. So there are actually people who might be advertising and trying to sell properties on LinkedIn. There's obviously other portals. The biggest thing for me with LinkedIn is there's people out there who might want to lend you cash. There's people who are property sources that might want to source you deals. There's joint venture partners. LinkedIn has got so busy that we're in a golden opportunity, but the biggest challenge now is people are being bombarded with connection invites, bombarded with poor, crappy messages, because people do not know how to write copy. People do not know how to market in the effective way. They do not know how to communicate and engage in the right way. So your focus more than ever before has to be how to engage in the right way on LinkedIn. You've got to look at my LinkedIn Mastery for Property Investors, because there's two things you've got to do. You've got to get your profile professional so that it gets found, gives value, improves your credibility, because more people will be looking at your profile and it's noisier than ever, I've said. So you've got to stand out from the crowd. You've got to give value to the reader. And then you've got to know how to connect and engage in the right way. The amount of business owners, I've had one very opinionated business owner. I worked with him on his messages and then he decided to change them. And I said, there's no value in this. There's no what I call whiffum. What's in it for me as a reader? What value are you talking about? You're just talking about you. And he went, well, that's what I want to put out there. I'm not comfortable with the others. And we've seen results dive. So you've got to learn how to engage from a point that gives value and engages with your prospect. But if you're looking for people who want to lend you money, which most investors are, then it's easy. I've got clients where they've got business owners coming in each day from their LinkedIn activity saying, yes, tell me more. Yes, I'm interested in understanding how you might be able to help me get a better rate on my money. And so the opportunity is awesome, but because it's noisier, we've got to stand out. We've got to engage in the right way. My Post Party Club, postpartyclub.com, is awesome because, yes, we've built a portal that allows us to leverage the algorithm to get thousands of views. But then the focus has to be writing great content. We've got experts in there that are helping people edit and critique and write their content. We've got experts teaching people how to come up with their proposition and write powerful posts that get engagement. You've got to learn to do that. But there's so much opportunity. And I want you to expand your mind, because somebody said to me the other day, well, the HMO market in my area is saturated. I said, how much do you need to make to be financially free? Well, I need a few grand. I said, okay, well, what on average is a property giving you? Well, you can give me up to £1,000. I said, so what, do you need 2 of those, 3 of those, 4 or 5 of those? You'll have a number. What if you need 10? Let's say 5. Can the marketplace where you are stand another 5 HMOs? Can you buy? How many people, how many landlords now are getting stressy? You've got to keep your mind open. How many landlords went into business or went into property with a view of, I'm going to be a great marketeer and fill my rooms full of tenants? I've known HMO landlords struggle and serviced accommodation landlords struggle with COVID. And yeah, I've got a client, he said, oh, I'm sorry I haven't come back to you. He's paying me to deliver and I'm not delivering on everything I could because I'm waiting for him to come up with some more messages and searches. And he said, I've been that busy talking to prisons, talking to hospitals, NHS trusts to fill my HMOs. I'm full. I said, have you done that? He said, I've been doing that on LinkedIn. I've been connecting and engaging with the people and getting the phone calls. No brainer. If you say you can't, who's coined that phrase? Whether you can or you can't, you're right. My mum said it was. I thought it was my mum when I was smaller. Then I heard Tony Robbins say it. My mum had never heard of Tony Robbins, but then I also heard that it might be Henry Ford. So who knows? But who cares? Predominantly, it's true. So is there going to be a property crash? I think prices will go down. I think there will be a demand. I think people will be looking to sell because they might be struggling to pay their mortgage. I also think people may not necessarily be looking to buy because they might be concerned about the cash. It's sort of common sense economics. There are always people looking to sell. Who can you get to? I've had clients get business by hooking up with insolvency practitioners through LinkedIn, who then referred them a property, of course. I've had people hook up with accountants who've got clients who want to sell, clients who have got cash that want to invest. I've had clients hook up with IFAs who have got clients or people with cash. Think about who you can hook up with and learn how to do it properly on LinkedIn. Let me help you. Like I say, subscribe, hit the subscribe button, ask me any questions you want to ask. And if any of you are out there thinking, oh, that's easy said than done, everything's easy said than done. That's why I'm on my soapbox. But is it possible? Yes. I've got property investors that I'm delivering on their LinkedIn activity every day. We're going out connecting with business owners saying, do you want to look at this? Do you want to look at how I can help you? And messaging their existing connections. First thing you've got to do is get your profile right. If you're a property investor who goes, well, I just need a profile because people are going to check me out and I'm busy with the one deal and dealing with the lawyers and the mortgage brokers, cool. Learn how to create a profile that gets you found, gives value, proves your credibility. Download and get hold of my LinkedIn Mastery for Property Investors. The link's there. When you do that and sign up, drop me a line. I've got a client at the moment who bought it. And then I said, give me a shout when you've gone through it and you've done what you're going to do. And let's look at what you've done. We'll have a call. We'll have a free coaching call. Because guess what? I don't get hundreds of people. Shout me. And the challenge now is people hold themselves back. Go buy it. Give me a shout when you've done it. Say, I want to pick your brains. I want you to critique what I've done because the opportunities are there for you to have it. And you know what? It's easy not to. So subscribe, message me, connect with me online, definitely connect with me on LinkedIn. Is there going to be a property crash? I think probably prices are going to change. I think people will talk themselves into it. It sort of doesn't matter to me, is the message, in that there is always opportunities for us. And LinkedIn is a great leverage way. And as property investors, there's ways to succeed even more. I look forward to connecting with you online.